Hello. This activity is called Extending Kindness and Grace, EKG, the thing that moves our heart forward. And so, as we begin this activity, I want you to keep in mind a couple things. One is there are some statements that people use all the time that I don't think we always think about. Take care of yourself, show kindness. And the question that I always have is, but what does that really mean? And sometimes it's hard to practice kindness, and sometimes it's hard to take care of ourselves. So how can we be more effective and more intentional in those areas? I've found that oftentimes I avoid some of those things. And so, how do I move past avoiding them so that I can develop meaningful relationships and oftentimes effective communication with others and myself? So, this activity is designed to help us to get to that place. In order to do that, we ask that you take out a piece of paper and fold it in half, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that will now be 8.5 by 5.5. What I'd like you to do is on the outside cover to put your initials. And when we open it up on the inside left cover, I want you to put the initials of someone that you struggle with having a good relationship with. This is maybe someone that there's always conflict with, or someone that is just absent from your life and that you don't think fondly of. It is just someone that maybe the relationship needs to be worked on, but you just don't have the energy or the strength. And as you complete this activity, what we'd like you to do is first go to the front of the handout where you put your initials and write what you like about yourself. Oftentimes, I'll tell people to give me some good things about themselves, and they'll immediately say the things that they need to improve. Sometimes it's really hard for us to love on ourselves. So, we're going to begin by extending kindness and grace by writing the things about ourselves that we love and embrace and or need to embrace. So don't be stingy here. Write things that are really good about you. And once you've done that, and just look at it and smile because you're good and you've got goodness in you, that when you open up the paper and you see the person whose initials that you wrote, the person that you struggle with, the person that the relationship may not be the greatest, I know that you can give me a list of all the things that that person might have done wrong, the ways that the person hurt you, and I want you to set those aside for a moment. And I want you instead to focus on the things that are good about that person. Sometimes it's going to be a stretch for you to find those good things, but I really want you to be intentional about finding some good things about that person. And when you get in your small groups, what I want you to really do is to talk about the things that are good about you. People will say, "Oh, that's not humble, that's bragging." No, it's nothing wrong with showing love to yourself. That is self-care. And so writing down the things that are good about you and claiming those things, it's almost as if you're giving yourself a big old hug. And then I want you to share in your groups the things that are good about the person that you struggle with. Um, try to name at least 3 things and share that about it. And what I want you to do, perhaps in your discussion, if you have time, or definitely afterwards, is think about, if you're a good person and have good qualities, and the other person has good qualities, is there a way to continually extend kindness and grace? It doesn't mean to uh, overlook bad behavior or anything like that, but extend kindness and grace to that person and yourself as a way of opening the door to building a better relationship. Oftentimes, people are not all good or all bad. That includes us. And when we find the goodness, it gives us something to connect to. So share in your small groups to the degree that you want to, and the ways that feel comfortable, you know, who you need, this ways that you have extended kindness and grace to yourself and this person, what it feels like to do that, and also what you might use as leverage to build some type of relationship or open a door.